Here are just a couple of quick, real basic things about your campfire. Tinder, you want something easily ignited, and today we use dryer lint that was permeated with petroleum jelly. A flame or a spark, some folks like to use ferro rods. You can use a lighter, matches, a flint. And then some larger tinder, very easily lit, dry sticks, twigs, straw, wood that has a lot of surface area and not much volume. And you want to not scrimp on your tinder or on your kindling. The best way to have a successful fire is to have plenty of fuel when it first gets started. Otherwise, all the work that you've done could be for nothing. Kindling is a little bit bigger wood, small to medium sized fuel with a lot of surface area that lights, but a little bit more volume so you can produce some heat. And then firewood, whatever your final size wood is. You might want a lot of heat. You might want a good bed of coals for cooking. Good luck. Here is a clothes dryer. This is a recently cleaned lint trap on a clothes dryer. And this is a collection of dryer lint. Dryer lint makes excellent tinder if it's dry. Unfortunately, it's very absorbent to water, and if it gets wet, it's pretty useless. But if you saturate it with something that's flammable, it's very useful, and that's what we're going to do. So here's the dryer lint on a couple rolls of pieces of toilet paper. We're going to put it into a plastic pill bottle. This is going to be covered with petroleum jelly. It doesn't matter what brand. Obviously, most of the brands pack themselves in a jar that looks like this because the major brand in the US uses that. But we're going to take about a couple of heaping teaspoons, just work it in by hand, and then we'll pop this into the jar, and we'll use this as our initial thing to catch fire. It'll be basically tinder that will light other tinder, and we'll show you how that goes here shortly. So here we are at the fire ring, and here is our bottle of dryer lint. What we're going to do with this is to spread a little bit into the ring. There's a lot of leaves in here. I don't particularly like using leaves, but they're just in the way, and I wanted to go ahead and get rid of them. So this stuff now, as you see, is no longer wet and fluffy. Well, it's wet, but it's wet because it's soaked with petroleum jelly. And petroleum jelly, the listed uses for it are as a skin protectant for minor irritations, burns, protection from cold and hot weather, other things like that. It's also good for diaper rash, which is not listed on the uses. It's also a good lubricant. If you have squeaky door hinges, all you gotta do is knock the hinge pin out, grease it up good with this, and pop the pin back in. It'll keep your door from squeaking for a long time. It also won't run the way that oils will run. But what we're going to do, put some fine twigs on here. And hopefully they're small enough as our kindling. Because once it gets burning, we've got a few elements that we need. We don't have much wind blowing, but there's plenty of air. And you can see I'm not smothering it, so it should have plenty of air movement around the fire fuel. We've got warm conditions, makes it easy for a fire to light. And we use some MRE matches. One match should get this going. And away it goes. I want to have plenty of small kindling on here. Because now that we've got a good flame, we're actually to get fire. And the fire is going to be turning this fuel into heat. Now we're going to go with a little bit bigger kindling. You want to make sure that you've got plenty of wood on hand, plenty of your fuel, whatever you're using. And this is catching pretty nicely. Having a great tinder like the dryer lint and petroleum jelly is great for days you might be out camping, and if you're going to just try to source your wood around you and it's been raining for a day or two, you might not find anything really dry. You might not find dry grass or dry straw. It might even be hard to find very good dried twigs. But once that gets going, anything that's very small like this, it has a lot of surface area but not much volume. You can dry it out very quickly and it will light. Now this is burning pretty nicely. I'm going to put on some wood that's a little bit bigger diameter. Nice and dry. I just split this. Some of this wood was used in a previous fire where we didn't burn it all the way up, and it's charred. It'll go ahead and light nicely. This is just a demo fire. I'm not really planning on cooking on it. We've got a day right now when it's about 85 degrees Fahrenheit and very low humidity, which is nice. We've had some high 90s recently, and this is a good day to be out here making a fire without sweating bullets while I'm doing it. Hope this is helpful to you. Consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to do a few more outdoor videos in the next couple of weeks, and not just the meal videos that we've been doing. Hopefully get to the range and do some accuracy tests with some older classic rifles. Hit like if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see videos as they come out. You'll be notified. Thanks for checking in with Two Riders. Be safe. Have a good one.